senior center, and then we can get them back. But that isn't happening.
Got it.
What's going in across the street from there?
Right. All right, good evening, everyone. The board, we started our meeting at 5:30 to do our our board goals. So I want to thank the board for participating in that, and Paul Pinero from NJSBA for leading it. We did our call to order, our Pledge of Allegiance. I will do the meeting notice since we have public members here. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Long Hill Township Board of Education was given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act as follows. Notice was provided by posting on the district's official website on the district's legal notices webpage. Notices were posted on the bulletin board in the first floor entrance hall of the School District Administration Building, Gillette, New Jersey. Notices were filed with the Township Clerk, and notices were mailed to all persons who have requested individual notice pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act. We have had roll call. We did do our goals review, and so we're moving to the presentation, a recognition of our board members who, one had resigned as of our last meeting, and then Justin Foster, who will be resigning as of August 31st. I could start by saying, George, do you want to say a few words first?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I was going to wait till the end, but that's fine. And, you know, I just want to share my gratitude and good wishes to our two, I guess, retirees, Justin and Tom. And Justin's here this evening. So I've had the privilege, Justin, of witnessing your professional skills as you've leveraged them in service of the district. In committee and regular public meetings, you've been a thoughtful, articulate participant in the discussions. With your eye firmly on what's best for students, you've asked insightful questions, used your tech skills, and maintained your sense of humor. We thank you for your important contributions and your service, and we wish you and your family all the best as you head to South Carolina.
Thank you.
We'll miss you.
Thank you.
I can see. Katie, did you want to say something? You were leading.
Well, Justin and I kind of met before he joined the board. He asked me a lot of questions about it, and I have to say you've exceeded any I knew you would be great, but you've exceeded all my expectations, and I'm really sad to see you go. You've been invaluable. I loved how you could always kind of rein us all in. Be like, yes, but how does this affect such us? And even in your last meeting just now, like, your ability to kind of distill things very clearly is something that I find very enviable.
Yes.
And it's been very valuable to have you. And I'm really sorry to see you go, but I'm really happy for your family. I think you're going to enjoy it down there. And best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I just wanted, Katie put it really well. You see, you have a way of, we all say our comments, you take it in, and then somehow you phrase it so beautifully in 2 or 3 sentences, and it's clear and concise, it's pointed, and you get to the heart of whatever's being said. And that really is an art. I mean, it really is an art. And you really have been fun to work with.
Yeah.
You really have. Especially when we have open sessions, like where there's a lot of discussion back and forth. It was really good. You will be missed.
Thank you.
But again, like everybody says, it's exciting, and all the best.
Thank you.
All the best.
Oh, sorry.
I think this is on. I'll just jump in real quick and let the people here know that when we were having our meeting earlier, the workshop, Justin shared with us, he still has a committee meeting that he's going to next week. So he's someone who literally, gives his all, I think, until circumstances will, just be so much that he cannot. But I thought that's a real sign of your dedication to us, the committee meeting that you're planning on attending and holding next week.
Sharing.
Yeah, I'd love to say something. I didn't have a long time to serve with Justin, but we did serve many late nights on a particular committee. And I hope I can speak on behalf of the entire community, where we were very blessed to have someone with such wisdom and integrity on this board. You're going to be sorely missed, but thank you very much for dedicating your time.
Yeah. And I'll add, echoing everybody's comments, and thank you for your time and dedication and for your, sort of corporate skills with the kids first approach. And I think that's much appreciated, helping us to be better every step along the way. And I had big plans for you, certainly, for this board. But I'm happy for your family and wish you guys all the best. And we just have a token of appreciation we want to give you. I'll read it out loud. It says, Long Hill Township Board of Education presented to Justin Foster with grateful appreciation for your leadership, dedication, and tireless efforts on behalf of the Long Hill Township School District. Years of service, 2024-2026. So thank you. Okay.
Can I just say one thing?
Please.
I got to be part of something really special over the past 3 years, and I don't take that for granted. I appreciate the people of Long Hill for trusting me with this responsibility. I think whoever takes this seat next is inheriting something really special and worth protecting, and I hope that they find the same weight and the same gratitude that I have, having served with you all. But I think, as I said in my the real work happens in the classrooms with our kids and our teachers and our support staff, and so I really want to thank them as well. So thank you for the time, and thank you for this as well.
Hey, Justin, take the nameplate, too. I have a feeling you're going to need it.
Okay.
Thank you, Robin. I also want to mention, so Tom Groskopf, who also submitted his resignation, could not be here tonight. He had a few words that he wanted to share, so I said I would do that for him. Tom would like to share. I would like to thank the board and the district for this recognition. I truly appreciate it and will treasure it. I am humbled by and thankful to the people of Long Hill who have twice entrusted me with this position. I would especially like to thank my wife, Melinda, for the support she has always so strongly given. Thank you all very much, and best wishes for continued success. So thank you, Tom. Okay, next to communications.
Nothing to report at this time.
Okay, thank you. Board committee and liaison reports. I'll go to Karen.
Okay, Morris County Ed Services did not meet in July. Governance has not met yet, but one thing that we were tracking, which we continually track, is the credits we need to maintain our Master Board certification as well as the Carol E. Larson certification. And lo and behold, we have made our recertification as a Carol E. Larson board, which means in the past 3 years, we have gone through 26 credit hours of training. And that's the goal of having these accreditations. So it's an incentive for the boards to, maintain their knowledge of what's going on and maintain working together, et cetera. So congratulations, board members. It'll be recognized in May at the end of the year meeting where they have those things. Okay. Finance met this past Wednesday, and the memorandum of agreement and salary guide was sent to the association on July 16th for further review. All right, do we still have only 62 paid subscriptions, Robin?
I think so.
Subscription busing.
Yeah.
Right, as of today, still 62 paid applications. Last year we had 79. Another reminder is going out, so don't worry about that. A number of things that we talked about in the finance meeting were really B&G meetings, items. So I'm just going to mention the topics and they'll be covered by B&G. Casework at Gillette, evaluating flexible classroom furniture, fire-rated door project, the ROD project at CMS, and the RFP for the fall for our custodial services is up. So we have to send out an RFP on that. Okay, on the board agenda items, if anybody's looked ahead of the board, the prices for the lunches are published, and they are remaining the same as they are this year. We ended the school year with a surplus of approximately $28,300, and now Robin and Charlie and whoever are working out, and I think I brought this up before, there are some allocations of certain expenses that are associated with the lunch program that haven't been there. So for instance, we'll call it waste management, and Charlie actually counts the number of garbage bags, so there's a certain amount of our maintenance that'll come from what's made in the lunches. So there's some alleviation of some of our expenses. Now we have a little bit of good news and like a whole lot of bad news. Extraordinary aid. Extraordinary aid went through, transportation aid increased by about $1,500. That's all. Now, the other part of the aid, which was budgeted at 80% of the previous year, am I correct, Robin?
No, X-Aid is not budgeted.
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. Okay, that's
Or
the
nor
other
is
one.
transportation.
Okay.
Right, neither one is budgeted.
Okay. We had a decrease of $46,000. Now, she has, I think I put it in the minutes, and you'll see. In 22-23, we were funded at about 62%. 24-25, we were funded at about 52%. 25-26, we're funded at about 45%. So it's not going in the right direction. We got the focus grant, which is the screening. Excuse me. See on the agenda, that we proved it in May, but I guess we have to do it again for timing purposes.
We approved it prior to the grant period, a week
Yes.
ahead of it, and so the DOE requires that we do it during the grant period, so we have to reapprove it. Nothing's changed.
The Long Hill Education Foundation is donating $4,400 in nursing supplies. There is a nurse present during their programs, and in terms of thanking us for that, they are providing us this donation. The media group is being paid from Title I, Title II, and Focus Grant money for a total of $12,250. And there are some things that are going on with robotics, and Robin has had one sit down to really discuss, so they get a better accounting and understanding of all of the finances associated with the robotics. And we'll have one with Principal Vittorella and Mr. Lipskind. I think you noticed that we had a driver that handled all of the transportation to athletic events. Unfortunately, excuse me, he resigned. So Robin has approached Mendham about seeing whether they would want to handle our transportation, all of our transportation issues. What's going to happen is that it'll cost us about $10,000 more over the year by having to go this way versus the other way that we had it when we had our own driver. We reviewed the bills list, and all is ready to be approved. And that's the story.
Thank you, Karen. Any questions? Okay, Danielle?
For community relations, we did not have a meeting for the month of July. We will be having our next meeting on August 25th at 4:15 p.m. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Ann? Okay, Justin?
Technology Committee will meet on August 12th, and that's it.
Okay. Alex?
Good evening, everyone. The last meeting of the Buildings and Ground Committee took place on July 22nd, and at that time, these were the updates that we received, specifically from Charlie. He advised us that the case work demolition at the Millington School had been done, and there was some finishing work and painting, and then thereafter they would be installing new casework in about 10 rooms, which would have taken about a week. Similarly, at Central School, there were replacing ceiling tiles, painting that was needed because of some peeling paint related to the camp. They were replacing water coolers. An ADA door was seen for evaluation to be, I think, repaired or replaced. and there was some work being done related to the new unit ventilators that are being installed in several classrooms at Central. Similarly, at Gillette, there was demolition being done so that they can install casework that was ordered for several classrooms. They were installing blackout shades in a pre-K classroom that's needed, I guess, for nap time. And we were shown various photographs that were taken of the casework. I asked, and there was an approximate cost of about $17,000 of work per room where these installations were being done. And the ones that were being done at Gillette were being performed by a local vendor who's done a great job, and we're looking forward to doing more work with them next year. The other casework that was being done at Millington was being performed by a co-op vendor. Probably around now, we'll have new ADA doors installed, especially one in Gillette near the pre-K entrance, to kind of address a door locking operational improvement. There's 4 new pieces of playground equipment that have been ordered for the Gillette playground that we're very excited about. Thanks to Robin and her team for the work getting the grants for that. And we look forward to watching the children enjoy those new playground features come this September, or hopefully soon after September when they get delivered.
More toward October from what I hear now.
October. There's always delays in shipping. We're still working on trying to address an outdoor speaker issue for Gillette and try to work on that in the future. District-wide, there is summer cleaning that's intensively done during this period of slowdown. It's a slowdown for everyone else, but not for the buildings and grounds team. So about 25% of Gillette had been cleaned, 40% of Millington, and about 30% of Central, with the goal, of course, of completing it this month. The fire-rated door project is been postponed temporarily because of a vendor issue, but we're still trying to work on that. The new software program that the Buildings and Grounds group is using has been placed online, let's call it. It's like a customer management program or customer management software, from what I understand, and that's what's going to be handling work orders in the future that will give us better details and data as we go forward on these projects.
In addition to facility use.
And facilities.
applications.
Yeah. So there's about 40 screens that require parts that we've been waiting for that will be completed soon. And there is an RFP program, RFP that we're working on to basically for our facilities management vendor. And we're using Advocate, which is a vendor that we work with in order to help us process this RFP. The long-range facilities plan has been submitted to the state, and we are, I think, waiting on their response to that. But essentially, a long-range facilities plan is a program, or is a plan that we need to submit to the state, and it has to be kept up every 5 years. It's really a work in progress. So it's something that we've been working on with the new architects and the administration, and we'll continue to review and revise those plans in the coming year. There were meetings that were held with the administration, and I believe teacher input was solicited for classroom furniture options. Principal Vitarello asked us to consider replacing some lockers with new casework that we're installing in certain classrooms. So that's something that we'll put on the on our plans for the coming year. We're continuing to evaluate classroom furniture options with the hope of getting furniture that's a little bit more modern, a little bit more flexible, as requested by the teachers that we're working with. And we're continuing to look for funding sources in order to help, minimize the economic investment that's required from the board. Our next meeting date is scheduled on September 2nd. And as one of our board members, Danielle, had suggested, we're going to take a look at how that media lab in Central has been utilized and try to get some data around that so that we can make improvements and improve access to it for middle school students. And that rounds out our meeting and information from that meeting.
Okay, thank you. Any
Thank you.
questions for Alex? Okay, Katie?
The only thing for the Ed Foundation is that, as Karen mentioned, number 18 under finance, financials, is our donation as a thank you for providing nursing for our after-school program. It's really important that the school provides us with that because the school nurse has access to the Genesis files, which has, emergency contacts, has the kid's medical history. The nurses generally have familiarity with the students, so the kids are comfortable, and also in case there's an emergency, because in the past, the Ed Foundation was using, the first aid squad if there was an emergency, and rather than have that kind of upheaval, to have a school nurse do that, it's really been a huge benefit. So we were very grateful for that and are happy to make this donation to the nursing department, the nursing supplies. And on number 26, we participate in sponsoring the position for Michael Leapskin, our robotics advisor, who works tirelessly with the students. So we are happy to continue that relationship. And that is all.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and it's just great for sustaining the program. So thank you.
Okay, any questions for Katie? Okay, superintendent's report.
Okay, on the agenda, we have state-required resolutions approving the mentoring plan, the district's professional development plan, the rubrics for teacher and administrator observation and evaluation, and the student handbooks and codes of conduct at each school. The handbooks have been updated to include the district's mission, vision, and motto, and the revised cell phone policy language, which the board approved on June 15th. Also on the agenda is a resolution abolishing policy 3515 regarding cell phone usage, which is a discretionary policy originally adopted by the board in 2017. With the recent change in New Jersey law regarding internet-enabled devices and our updated policy 5131, which now governs conduct regarding cell phones, policy 3515.1 is no longer needed and is on the agenda to be abolished to avoid any potential confusion at the start of the year. As I reported to the community in mid-July, Dr. Jones was appointed the new superintendent in Califon. She began there. Technically, today was her first day in the office. She started as of August 1. She's excited from the new role. We all wish her well. We advertised her position, and we're pleased to receive 73 applications. I screened 12 applicants from this high-quality pool and sent 6 to an interviewing committee. That committee selected 3 candidates for a final round of interviews. We are close to finalizing the process, and we'll share an update when we have more information. We also have, perhaps Robin's going to cover this also, but we received 4 applications to fill the temporary vacancies on the board. The deadline to submit an application to the board secretary, Mrs. Bomer, is September 4th. Our next regular board meeting is on September 14th. And last, I would just like to thank Tom for his dedicated public service over the last 6 years. Tom was very focused on the best interests of the community and in making decisions in ways that would best represent the people who voted for him. He asked questions to that end and was not shy to share his views. We all thank him for his volunteer service and wish him the best.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, if everyone didn't steal your thunder, Robin, business administrator's report.
I only have one thing to speak about. Resolution number 22 is asking the board to approve that we use money that we had originally taken out of capital reserve to replace some interior doors. We had a problem with the vendor, and we are just going to table that for the time being. And instead, I'd like to use part of the money at Gillette to redo the outdoor PA system, which hasn't worked in quite a while. It's about $10,000, but we can get it all fixed up, and they really do need it for a security measure. I just wanted to let everybody know that that was there.
Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. Any comments from the public on agenda items? Okay. All right, resolutions. Karen, will you move in the minutes, number 1?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mrs. Daly?
Yes.
Mr. DeJamos?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. McLennan?
Yes.
Mrs. Nyquist?
Yes.
Mrs. Case?
Yes. Danielle, will you move in financials numbers 2 through 22?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mrs. Daly?
Yes.
Mr. DeJamos?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. McLennan?
Yes, but recuse from 18.
Ms. Nyquist?
Yes.
Mrs. Case?
Yes. Okay, Anne, will you move in special services numbers 23 to 25?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call?
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mrs. Daly?
Yes.
Mr. DeJamos?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. McLennan?
Yes.
Mrs. Nyquist?
Yes.
Mrs. Case?
Yes. Justin, will you move in personnel numbers 26 through 40?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mrs. Daly?
Yes.
Mr. DeJamos?
Yes, except abstain from 30.
Mrs. McLennan?
Yes, but resolve from 26. Recuse from 26.
Recused from
Sorry.
26.
Use.
Mrs. Nyquist?
Yes.
Mrs. Case?
Yes. Alex, will you move in policy number 41?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mrs. Daly?
Yes.
Mr. DeJamos?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. McLennan?
Yes.
Ms. Nyquist?
Yes.
Mrs. Case?
Yes. Katie, will you move in other numbers 42 to 47?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mrs. Daly?
Yes.
Mr. DeJamos?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mrs. McLennan?
Yes.
Ms. Nyquist?
Yes.
Mrs. Case?
Yes. Thank you. Any items for discussion? Unfinished business? New business?
I don't know whether it's unfinished or new business. It's comments I want to make. I didn't say it before under personnel. Dr. Jones was here, like I was here with her the whole time she was here, 16 years. So there was a lot of stuff that we went through in those 16 years. For a while there, it actually looked like we had a revolving door of superintendents and, I don't know, just a whole lot of things going on. And she always, kept her nose to the grindstone, kept working. And especially now this past year as the director of separated, the responsibility, I think she really tried to make some of that jump as we talk about to getting to the community and letting them having them understand what's really going on in the school. So I just wanted to thank her for her years and just say best wishes. That's all.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I did send her an email on behalf of the board and thanked her. And I to echo what you said, Karen, I said, there have been a lot of changes, but you've remained. And we really do thank you for that. And I appreciate all of her work for the Student Achievement Committee around the data because it was a lot of work. And she really embraced it. And like you said, through that role, was really able to give us a clear picture of student achievement in the district. So we wish her all the very best. Okay, any comments from the public? Okay, I have to read this statement. So, at this point, the Board of Education welcomes comments from any member of the public on any topic. Please note that as per Board Policy Number 1120, a total of 15 minutes is allocated for public comments at any single board meeting. In order to provide residents the opportunity to comment, individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each at any particular board meeting. The board may extend these time limits at its discretion. Any questions should be directed to the board president, and depending upon the nature and complexity of the question, it may not be answered during the meeting by the administration. If so, the response would occur after the public portion of the meeting has concluded. Everyone has the freedom to speak, but please be advised that anything said in public may have legal ramifications, and there is no protection regarding statements made by the public. And you're going to say your name and address before you begin. And I just want to be clear, just because we do have students here, this isn't designed to be like a question and answer, so we definitely want to hear your statements, but I would not expect a response. Okay.
I'd like to direct attention to the new program iReady. My friend will now hand out my slideshow, I guess.
Okay, can you start by saying your name and address?
Okay, so I live at 22 Avenue Maria Court, Millington, NJ. I am Neil Rogan for the record, and
Okay.
I am now talking for why iReady is ruining our lives.
Evan, are you doing time? Yeah, we can share. Okay.
You can hold it too, or someone can hold it for him if easier. Like it comes out of there, I think. Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
No, it should.
I'd like to direct attention to the first topic. iReady has been ruining our lives for about 2 years. I'd like to direct our attention to what adults actually think iReady is. Most adults think it's a fun, personalized reading assessment or math assessment with characters and helpful things, words at its own pace, adjust to all of the students' learning needs. But this is not true at all. What it actually is a very, very slow reading robot that is at 0.5% speed that kids stare at a glassy-eyed screen for 2 hours, and they're constantly checking the time or waiting 40 seconds to click a button even if they already know the answer to the problem. They're always bored and frustrated because you're constantly listening to a drone that you already know, and it's just causing more frustration over and over and over again. That's the reality versus expectation. I'd like to draw my attention now to the diagnostic test nightmare. It takes 2 hours plus per subject per exam 3 times a year. This is taking away class time, and it's almost like taking a college exam. Class time is this diagnostic is taken over 1 day for both exams, reading and math. This weird algorithm purposely gives impossible questions, are forcing you to get 50% wrong at all times, even though they're saying this is okay. This is not okay. One accidental misclick on the board, we can get that all technology has glitches, but it doesn't let you go back and re-answer a question. As soon as you answered it and said done, it's locked forever and you can never go back to it. There are times when you can accidentally click one, even though you might have just meant the one above, and you're going from a 6th grade level now down to a 2nd grade level. They say this, if you go too fast, it's a waste of your time, but if you're going at a normal pace and you accidentally misclick, it's still a waste of your time. So it doesn't matter how many times we do it. The frustrations with iReady, as I've already mentioned, is book talk narration. We're constantly being talked to as if we're a toddler and who can't read. We have to sit. There's no skip buttons. There's nothing. You have to sit through a 30-second video or assessment that you already have maybe know the answer to. Keyboard support. You need to actually use a trackpad to type things in to the block so that it gets it 100% right. If you use the computer, it can have glitches. One time when I was doing iReady, I was doing an angle measurement that I can have proof for, and I was trying to type in the right answer. I didn't think it was the right answer when it said no, so I went in, I looked in the Zoom, and it still said 120 degrees. Now I type it in again, I asked my mom for help, and then she types in, yes, it's 120 degrees. It says no. And now it comes back to me and saying, yeah, the answer is 120 degrees. Please type this in.
Excuse me, that's 3 minutes.
Okay, I guess, next colleague's going to add to this? Okay, then I'll have you continue then, okay?
The system is very buggy.
Switching.
Even if the answer is correct, as I've already said, it will just keep giving you the exact same response, and it's not even changing its way of. It's not changing the way it's teaching you. It's just repeating it, which is not how a normal teacher would talk. There's no data. There's no record of what you've done. You cannot access the diagnostic after you've taken it. You cannot access what the system is giving you and what the student answer is. So you know if the system is glitchy. This makes it impossible for anybody to know if the system is actually getting buggy or if it's just it makes if the system is wrong, you can't correct it. If the system is right and you accidentally misclick, you can't correct it. You have to get a perfect score at a perfect time at everything perfect to work with this. Nobody in this world is perfect. There's no reason for us to have that. I'd also like to direct my attention to teachers. Computers can never, ever take over the teachers. Because would you rather learn something from a computer that is constantly giving you the same exact thing over and over, and you have to literally, you get frustrated with it. You constantly are getting frustrated with it because you have no other way of learning it. You're basically saying, okay, this is how you do one thing, you get it wrong. This is how you do it again. They will repeat it. That is not how a teacher teaches. The system is also wanting you to go at its speed only, but that's not how kids learn. Kids learn at their own speed. For some people, it's fast at math, and some people it's slow at reading. For some people, it's equal speed for both, or it's slow for both, or it's fast for both. But iReady doesn't give nothing. It works at its speed. If it's slow, you have to go slow, even though it's frustrating. You have to. It's just how it works. iReady is turning learning into a silent screen time, which doesn't make sense at all. Teachers give you actually motivational high fives and good jobs compared to this iReady, which gives you a very, very, very boring animation and calls it your break. Teachers can never take over the frustration with iReady. I'd also now like to direct our attention to iReady mental problems. Kids are constantly frustrated with iReady. Specifically me, for example, I am a big fidgeter, and from 3rd grade up to 5th grade, the amount of fidgets that I bought has increased so much that I had to stop and start using more like homemade stuff. This is proving that iReady is giving higher stress levels, higher mental health, and higher issues. Also, I'd like to direct our attention for the last time to the amount of stress that it can give. Some kids don't know how to cope with stress specifically, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stress it out in a fidget. That's not how the system should be. But some kids are like, yeah, I'm bored of the system. Let me punch the screen. Let me break the computer. And now you guys are now having to pay more and more money to fix these computers because this program is making it more and more stressful. This is not how a program should work. You should not be surrendering all control to one singular thing, and now you're paying more and more money just so that you can keep up with the computers. I'd also like to direct our attention, finally, to kids with disabilities. Some kids with disabilities do not specifically know how to handle stress. They don't know how to cope with it. They don't know how to do this. There are some people who get very, very aggravated when they finish a lesson, they misclick, and they get a 50, and now they have to redo the whole thing. They have to constantly keep doing that over and over until they get it right. You're given homework for every single subject, which is over the top, especially because iReady is just slow. As I've said, it doesn't go at your speed. If your kid is slow, then it's gonna go fast. Your kid will think it's gonna go fast. So it's not helpful for anybody in any way or any circumstance. That's it. Thank you for listening to my presentation about why iReady sucks and that you should bring teachers
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Seth Liebeskind. I'm from Millington, and I just recently graduated from Central School. And Leo over there, the guy that just talked, he made a ton of great points. All that stuff is very true. Every Monday, I hear kids talking about, I would hear kids talking about how they would punch their screen, they were crying for hours, their parents need to just do the whole thing for them. And those were so many great points. In the diagnostics, those take forever. I personally believe that I was never able to have my best work. I mean, scores would always fluctuate. Scores were never consistent with anyone. And that's because they took so long. You could never actually have enough time to keep going at like this pace that works for you. Now, specific to English, the stories are very, very dull and they're very repetitive. It's the same type of story every time, just switch the characters. Now, these take very long, over hours. I mean, they say the teachers are like 45 minutes or 2 lessons, but it really takes, if you want to do 2 lessons, that's going to take you like 3 hours. Now, in math, this is the math, we recently implemented the textbook, and that has been horrible. We never just got to do the problem. We always had to think about, oh, how could we potentially do this maybe? And all of the problems had nothing to do with what we were learning about. It was so much just like junk mixed in with what we were doing. And it took me hours every day to do the homework. I'm like a very good student, so it took me hours. My path in math, it will give you the same problem for so long and just make it into like a bunch of different steps. And there's no way. It's like a simple like order of operations question, and it'll make you like go by each step. And you can just like do it on a piece of paper really quickly and be done. And then it just makes you do that for so long. It makes kids very, very frustrated, including myself. And then they talk about the brain breaks, which are supposedly supposed to help. I mean, if you really wanted a brain break, you just close it out. If you're on the website, that's because you're actually finally trying to get it done for once. And then you're just sitting there for an extra like 45 seconds waiting for something to get done. That's pretty much all I've got. A lot of people have made some great points.
Thank you. Can I just, oh, sorry, wait, 1 second. Does somebody have technology that's like too close to this? Because it's getting to be a lot.
I can use my teacher voice.
No, I think you're okay. I think it's us.
We need you on the mic so that.
Yeah, so they can hear you. Okay, sorry.
All right. So my name is Julia Liebeskin. I'm from Skyline Drive in Millington, and I'm here with a mom and also an educator perspective. I'm an educator in another nearby district. And my perspective is with the district looking to hire a new curriculum director, this is an excellent opportunity for you as the board and you as the administration to revisit how we are using technology to teach core subjects. Technology is part of our lives. It's part of our state testing, and it's part of our lives everywhere. We cannot get rid of technology, but I think as a district, we need to be mindful and thoughtful and perhaps differentiate how we're using technology for our students. Some of you may have recently read the book, The Anxious Generation by NYU sociologist Jonathan Haidt. If you have not, I strongly recommend it. It's an excellent read, and it talks about the risks of too much screen time for our kids. It talks about a lot of different potential harms, but particularly noteworthy for me was social deprivation and attention fragmentation, which I think some of the kids alluded to nicely. Here in Long Hill, I've been able to have 2 kids now work their way through the district 2 years apart. So I have seen, since we've implemented the iReady platform, some changes. When my older son was in 4th grade, they had a set amount of minutes they had to read every single week, and then every single week they had to write a 2-page reading response. Every week they got a written response with feedback from their teacher, and they learned to use a rubric. That for my younger child, that was gone in 4th grade. It was only iReady. In 5th grade academic workshop, my older child had the opportunity to go to other teachers to ask questions, to get clarification, to get a head start on their homework. When my younger child was in 5th grade, academic workshop was dedicated to iReady on their screens again. In 6th grade, my older son had an independent book report due almost monthly. I think there were a few months to skip, but maybe 8 per year. They had a different genre of book they had to read. Historical fiction, fantasy, memoir, etc. Again, they got practice reading a book, start to finish, and then writing about it. My younger son, he just finished 6th grade. They did not have any independent reading that they did. Their reading was exclusively on iReady. Now, my younger son said, "Mom, I can't stare at the screen anymore. I've done it all day at school." So all year long, I did his ELA iReady for him, and I said, however many minutes you're doing, I do on iReady, you need to read a book. I want you to read a book and build your stamina, start to finish. His iReady diagnostic score skyrocketed from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. My older son, who oddly enough in this case was a little bit more of a rule follower, said, "I'm gonna do my iReady as assigned," and his scores actually went down. Now, I know that's an N of 2, but I think it's something to look at. I'm not saying that all kids can't benefit, but I think that this is a great opportunity with hiring a new curriculum director to hire someone who is willing to really look at some of the risks of too much screen time, whether they're bored, whether they're frustrated, they're not building their reading stamina. That's something that I am very concerned about as an educator myself. If none of you have looked at iReady, look at the reading passages. There is no reading stamina built into it. They're reading a sentence or two and then answering a question. And so I think this is a great opportunity for you guys to really look at what we're doing and balance the social isolation, the social deprivation, the attention fragmentation with the students' real need to live in a world with technology. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, can I just ask, are there other people who want to speak just because we're exceeded the 15 minutes? I just want to make sure I allocate enough time for everybody. Okay, thank you.
I hope I get 3 minutes. I don't need it. Lauren Franklin, Longville Education Association. I just wanted to address the board that our teachers feel like we deserve to go back to school with a contract. We responded, you mentioned, Mrs. Nyquist, about the email sent on the 16th of July. We responded on the 22nd, and we have to take it back. So we're looking forward to hearing from you, because our teachers deserve a contract.
Thank you. Okay, anything else from the board? Okay, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all.
Thank you for coming, we appreciate it.